Keep it spanky, you know? What's going on, people? It's Sean Pierce Johnson. It's Winter NAMM 2018, and I finally find my good friend Frank Falbo here. And it's kind of exciting because things are happening here, and one of the big exciting things is ABASI Guitars is making their debut. And this guy who I always bump into for the weirdest and strangest reasons at the weirdest and strangest events, he's the guy building these things. Dude, you gotta tell me how this whole thing started.
Yeah, I mean, Tosin, he had this original design. He'd been working with people to prototype it, and bottom line is he was like, you know what, this is way bigger than just like one signature guitar, one 8-string or whatever. You know, people keep, over the last 3-4 years, they're like, when can we buy this? We want to buy it. Please make a headless. Can you make it a 6-string? Please make a 7-string, right? And so he's like, man, we should just do this. And so they came to me and they said, can you do this? And I said yes, which I like to say yes a lot of times. But I'm like, yeah, I've got a capacity. We can do this, and we can make this happen. So that's what it is. I mean, he's got standard specs like a basswood body, Wenge neck, ebony board, but it became now like a pseudo custom shop. You know, there's going to be some custom options, but then there's also like you can go full custom if you want and just go insane. Yeah. So 6, 7, 8, headless or with a head, some tremolos, some non-tremolos. You know, the whole 9 yards. So.
My God, man, what are you doing to yourself?
Yeah, I haven't slept a lot lately, but you know, I think a nap is in order when the show's over.
A nap is in order when the show's over. So you got one of the 6 strings going right now.
The first 6 string.
He's got the first 6 string going right now. Sweet.
That's a single coil. I mean, you're getting that stratty sound out of us. I wouldn't call it a split humbucker because this is Tosin's pickups, but you know, half of that pickup is voiced for a single coil out of a 24 fret guitar.
Not only that, and one that looks the way that this one does.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah.
So what's like the spec on this guy? This could be like an example of your custom work for this line?
Yeah, this one is a poplar body. It happens to be a roasted maple neck. It is a non-roasted flamed maple quarter sawn fingerboard. It's got a Floyd Rose mini tremolo on it, and it's got Tosin's pickups, and we added a tone control to it. A lot of Tosin's guitars, you know, they don't have tone controls. So yeah, just a whole host of, or a smattering, if you will, of custom features showing up, you know. Yeah.
It's a pretty good first showing for you. I know I saw you a couple days ago and you're like, yeah, I'm still making them. So that's why the booth was blank for about a day.
I mean, at NAMM, it's like, we're not the first people to have paint, waiting for paint to dry before NAMM, right? So, but the good news is we're taking orders and we're going into full production like right now. So as soon as we get back to the shop, everything is done. The CNC program is done. All the stuff is ready so that we're starting production. So you know, the fact that we have the stuff that we have here, you know, it's like I said, it's literally everything is ready to go. Headless, headed. The only thing that might have a little longer lead time right now is lefties. But I do want to say to you lefties, no additional charge. Just possibly a slightly longer time window to complete the lefties. Because there won't be, you know, there's no efficiencies in producing in larger batches. The lefty becomes like a one-off. But we got you guys. So there's that. There's the bass that no one's seen yet until NAMM.
We'll get a shot of that.
Yeah, you'll see it in B-roll, as they say, but it's a half-fretted, half-fretless bass where the fretless surface matches the fret height. But then the trick on that one is that the nut on the fretless side is pitched a little bit further down and the saddles are brought forward, which means when you play the fretted part, the natural place that you would have put your hand on the fretless part is in tune. That's the intonation point.
This guy thinks of everything. This guy literally thinks of everything. We'll get some shots of the 8-string as well. These things are ready to go. It's pretty damn exciting. You know what? Why don't we just grab it? what could go wrong? You know, we're only going to drop like, what would something like this cost?
Okay, so the 6-string pricing. 6-string is $29.95 to start, and then by the time you get to the fanned fret 8, it's still $32.99. So that's a very tight window. Again, with options, you can do whatever you want. I mean, I can't put Moonrock on it, but we can pretty much do a lot. You know, we got you covered if there's an iteration of this that you want. But for the standard offering, yeah, it's very reasonable and it's within a very tight window.
This really isn't like the standard, like, I'm a popular guitar player starting a guitar brand thing. This is high spec, high end ish right here.
It's a little bit different, yeah. So there are some artists who have signature models. There's some artists who have like what you might call a signature brand, where the guitars are made in a similar fashion to, you know, factory production, and that's all cool. I mean, we're all about empowering the artists really to take charge of their own destiny. It's just that in this case, we're talking about made in the USA guitars that are built to the top quality. So, yeah, in that regard, it's different than most of what you see happening out there when an artist partners themselves up, you know, with a company to make a signature product.
Sweet. Well, I'm a believer just by holding this 8-string in my hand, because I have a 7-string that I love, but this 8-string neck feels like a little bit more comfortable, which is insane considering there's one extra string. What the hell, man? I mean, I don't doubt this guy's work. I don't doubt that a lot of thought went into this, so I'm pretty excited to see it, and hopefully we can play it, and hopefully things will be good for the brand as things move forward. Congratulations on the awesome work.
Thank you.
And just for reference, you are building these in your factory, where you build all the other stuff that you build.
Yeah, well, you know, like I said, sleep is for the weak. But no, Falbo's still in force and everything like that. But this is a partnership that's, you know, between Tosin and I, and his guitars are made in my shop. Yes.
The hardest working man in the gear world. You're like the James Brown to the gear world. Well, there you go. Abasi guitars, brand new at NAMM. These are sick, and I'm gonna have to play one of these myself. I don't wanna show you that footage because I have barely played an 8-string. But you know what to do if you want to see more from NAMM 2018. Click that floating subscribe bubble. And until next time, I wish you guys great tone and happy stomping. Cheers.